Welcome to the channel. Today we'll be talking about free Iwatobi Swim Club. Who remembers watching this? Because I did. I watched this in high school. Like, this was my entire life. Like, watching the new season popping up and then having to wait for it to finally turn into dub to rewatch it. Yes, I watched the sub and then I watched the dub. And it was still amazing. Like, this was the best swim anime. Like, it had everything I wanted. It had men flowing with each other, and it had sexy abs. Like, that is all I care about. This was probably one of the top animes that I watched at school. And my friends are like, "You're still watching this?" I'm like, "Yes, it's either this or it's one of my other animes." But most of the time, it was this. I was obsessed with this. Anyway, free season 1. We learn about how the main protagonist, he loves water. He can't get enough of it. He tried to literally go into a fish tank. And he quit swimming because he broke his Rin's heart by beating him in a race. But unfortunately to him, that's not what Rin wanted. Yes, he wanted to beat him, but it was because he kept failing over and over and over again in his new school, and he wasn't achieving anything. And he legit come back to Australia and wanted to beat Howard, thinking he could maybe be better, maybe it's just him, but he did it, and so he's crushed. He quit swimming, and Howard quit swimming right after him, and none of his friends know about this until later. And Makoto is the one that convinces him, "Hey, let's start a swim team." So the Nagisa, the other friend, is like, "Yeah, that's a great idea, but we need another swimmer, we need 4 people." So Nagisa finds Ray and completely stalks him and begs him to join, even though Ray is doing pole vaulting and got other stuff to do. And Nagisa's like, "No, you're gonna swim." And Ray's like, "Okay, fine." And they figure out that Ray can't swim until he does the butterfly. It's kind of funny watching Ray drown a bunch of times. He's this poor man is just sinking to the bottom. It was so funny. Yeah, I got a little bit bored, but to me it was just hilarious. How can you not swim? The water doesn't like you. Anyway, yeah, so eventually Ray figures out to swim and he's competing. He's quite good. They still got practice. And Ray, he still doesn't quite know what's going on with the team. He's like, "Okay, I know I'm causing conflict." I think he thought about quitting, and not because I was like, "No, you can't quit. We're a team." And eventually they tell Ray what happened in their childhood. And he's like, "Oh wow, so this has nothing to do with me." It's they're like, no, it doesn't. It's just this is a thing between Rin and Haru practically. And there was this. They go to this festival, and Ray, Nagisa, Sayu, Rin, and Haru had just had a fight or an argument. So they're just like, okay. So Nagasa's like, "Okay, I'll distract Makoto. Ray, you follow Rin." It was so funny watching Ray completely follow Rin. Rin knows someone's following him, but every time he looks back, he doesn't see anything. It was so funny. Anyway, Rin stops at the old school. He's clutching on his face, clutching on his shirt, because he's still remembering the good times and what he wants. He always wants his friends, but he just won't admit that he has messed up. He still believes that he's still better than them, that he can accomplish something. And his roommate Achio Natsutori, I'm just gonna call him Natsutori, I believe. I don't know if that's how they pronounce it. I'll look it up. He's the gray hair kid. There's probably be a picture up on the screen. Anyway, he definitely knows something's going up with Rin and his old friends. So he's like, "Hey, dude, you need to talk to his old friends." And Rin gets mad at him and kicks over the trash can after he loses his beat. He can't swim at all. He completely flunks. He struggling to get up, and you can see how his face is just devastated. So they run after Rin, and they hear Rin shouting. He quits and kicks over trash can, and Ho is completely devastated. He sinks to the ground. He looks like he's gonna cry, and they realize no, we're not gonna give up. We're gonna chase after Rin. So Ho chases after Rin, full bolting, completely screaming out his name. Finds him at the old cherry tree that they used to hang out at as kid, the last place that they had before Rin moved to Australia. and they fight until Rin sees the free thing on the ground, which Haru used to write a bunch and say a bunch because that's his like favorite word. And Rin just starts crying and say that he's sorry. He just wanted to swim with them and getting me to leave. Like, he just most of the time just misses his friends. And the other friends find them and just be like, you know what, you can swim with us. It's completely okay. And Ray would stay on the sideline. Anyway, Rin is able to swim with his old teammates and able to feel like what Horace feels with the water. And his old other teammate, the Samzuka team. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I don't know. Anyway, they're watching him and it's like, whoa, look at Rin go. Like, he wasn't like that when he was swimming with us. And after they win the match or win with the match or whatever they do. I have to rewatch the season to get full context. I am so sorry. Anyway, after they swim in the match, Rin is so happy because he's able to feel what everyone else is feeling. That's how Rin hug. He's like, thank you. Now I gotta go and apologize to my old team because I was a joke. And he does. He's like, I am so sorry. I deserve to be kicked out. I don't deserve this team. And the other coach is like, yeah, you don't. But if you swim like that, you're able to stay on this team. And Rin is super happy. Now to season 2. Please grab a drink or something because this video is going to be super, super long. Season 2 of Free, and wow, this was a bigger, humongous improvement, and I loved everything about it. Now to begin, Rin is now the new captain of Samizuka, and the new transfer is Sasuke, someone that we knew from childhood before he moved and transferred to Iwatobi Swim Club. So yeah, and they are best buds. At first you think they're gonna fight. Like, they're just like, oh, Rin's like, okay, now you gotta meet me outside. Sasuke's like, I'm fine with that. And you think they're gonna fight. No, they don't. They just completely stalling and making this entire thing. It was so magical and so funny. Now Sasuke, he's holding on to a big secret. He has accidentally hurt one of his shoulders, but he's still swimming. Like, this poor boy, I felt for him every single second. I was like, stop swimming, stop it. Rin's not worth it. And anytime, when I wasn't shipping Rin and Haru, if Rin and Sasuke were in the mix, I was shipping them. You can't really blame me. So we learned a couple new characters. Momo, he's a big old collector. He likes small bugs and insects. He's big and funny and super cool. I love him, even though his voice can be sometimes annoying, but I enjoyed him. And we learned about Kiss Me, a pink hair kid that Haru gets jealous at as a kid because he tries to steal Makoto away from him. It was completely funny because he still holds a grudge and he completely doesn't like Kiss Me. It's so funny. Anyway, the new group, Momo, Sasuke, Ichiro, and Rin, they are the best group. I love this group. I was holding my breath every single time they talked and had an interaction. They were the best group. They kept themselves up even when they felt about Sasuke's injuries. They'll okay, you don't have to swim. It is completely okay. We know what's happening. And Sasuke's no, I'm gonna swim. It was just so heartfelt. We don't care if we lose. We just want to swim together. And everyone's shocked. Yeah. And the other, and when Sasuke meets Rin's other friends, especially Haru, he does not like Haru. He's probably straight up tells Haru, you better stay away from my man. He's probably a super protective, funny friend. It was so funny. And he probably tells Haru, you're not enough for it. You don't deserve it. And Haru goes into depression, straight up depression again. Rin legit has to take him to Australia to make him feel shut up. 1,000 times better. They share a bed. Yes, point for Rin Haru. That was the best scene where everyone was screaming. I can't get enough Australia. See, that was best. And also we get an OVA, which is a special. You can find it on YouTube. I know it's in subtitles. I think it's a dub on YouTube, but I have to double check. Anyway, I might like make a link or something if I can figure that out. Anyway, the OVA episode was also the best. It was a little like, it was so cute. Like they accidentally bump it to how Makoto Nagisa very accidentally to Ichiro, which they don't know is Ichiro because like he's in like a maid dress, but when they figure go out it's Ichiro. They're like, dude, what do you do? Why are you wearing a maid dress? It's like, oh, this is part of like the team tradition. They gotta wear like a maid dress for this festival, and the first thought is like, oh my god, Wynn's in a maid dress. So they like probably go and see this thing. Wynn's not in a maid dress, but he looks hella good in a black dress. One hell of a butler. If you know the meme, you know the meme. If you don't, well, I feel bad for you because you must have not seen the thing between the difference of him and Black Butler characters. If you know those characters, you know. Anyway, yeah, it was super funny because Nagisa is being a little perv and pulling up everyone's skirts. Like, he is so happy when everyone's cross-dressing. Like, this is Nagisa's dream, and everyone else is creeped out. And anyway, after this is done, they go and do this big old dramatic water balloon fight. And, Hijimi gets wet like twice. He's like, oh no fair, you guys are targeting me. But that was so blast. Even Go got wet. And Sasuke was pissed. Like, he looked like he was gonna murder someone. Like, you splashed my best friend's sister, you are fucking dead. Yeah, it was a blast. The whole water scene, like, that was probably one of the best parts besides the entire season. But yeah, they did the season well done. I give them like 100 points. And this is like one of the seasons I keep going back to every single time because it's just so heart-wrenching. You feel bad for all the characters and you just want to scream at them to like not give up and keep going. This is season 2, definitely achieved that. Now on to season 3, which is not the best, unfortunately. Season 3 is a mess because the team is separating. How is a little bit upset because Moko doesn't want to be like really swimming anymore. He doesn't really want to do that. He wants to like sort of do their own thing. His entire team is splitting apart, so he's quite devastated. The only person who isn't really devastated is Win and his group because they're still having a blast. They're all having adventures. Like, they try to like Momo and Ichiro, like, oh, let's do something good for Rin and Sasuke, and they decide this plan and they go to like a spa. And it was really funny because Rin thought they were gonna get in a fight, but truly they weren't. They were just like battling for the stupid little plushie that Momo fucking wanted. It was super cute. Like, I like those little mini episodes. And there was also one where Momo wanted this plushie that Rin wanted. And so he was like, oh, I want the plushie, I'll get anything. But unfortunately, Rin thinks it's about his sister. So they have an argument. And everyone else thinks that Rin is gonna quit swimming. So Howard's like, no. I just got you into swimming. You are not quitting, mister. So he probably calls him, like, first time Ashley calls him. This mister's phone's been dead in the closet for years. And it's like, hey, I need to talk to you. And Rick gets all fancied up. It's like, hey, what do you want to talk about? And Howard just probably, like, pulls him in. Like, they're so close to kissing. Like, I swear to God, if there was a better time for the kissing, it would have happened here. And yeah, I was like, you are not leaving. Rick's like, what do you mean I'm not leaving and I'm not quitting? He's like, wait, what? But what about this? And he's like, no, this is about my sister. Like, Momo's gonna get the love of my sister. And I was like, oh, that wasn't about your sister. That was about the plush you wanted. And it was like, well, I feel like an idiot now. And also for Rin, yeah, best episode. And also for Rin, he gets to meet IQR's brother in Australia. Yeah, IQR's brother who keeps drinking a bunch. And he keeps sending him pictures of his brother. Ikura, get sober, please. But yes, one of his like best friends. Like anytime Rid's on screen, it's gonna be the best because honestly, Haru's not really doing much. Like, and we get to learn about these like other friends of Haru's, but most of the time you get to learn about it in this movie, so you gotta watch the movie first. And a lot of people didn't know about the movie, so everyone was mixed up. Like, who are these fucking characters? Like, go watch the movie. Anyway, we get to meet Ikura, the kid who like drowned and keeps drowning. Yeah, so he's like on the verge of quitting, and his friend Hayoi, he's super very, very overprotective friend because he has feelings for Ikura, but doesn't know how to portray them well at all. So he's just like super overprotective and tries to get Ikura's old friends away. And that was very, very devastating. I was like, Hayoi, I don't really like you that much. Like, I get you have PTSD from your friend drowning, but this is not the way to deal with them. Yeah, anyway, it was just like, it was still good, but it was sort of just a mess of stuff. Like, I did like stuff in this season, but not a lot. I like the whole Ikura's like mermaid tale where he's like, I'm gonna turn to foam, and or it's like, no, you're not. Like, you're stronger than this. You're stronger than anyone. And it kind of takes like Haru just fully snap this, and Hayoi to sort of step away like a little bit and let his friends like guide him, because that's what he needs. And I like Hayoi always talks to like Ikura's brother, tells him like what's going on and how much he's struggling, wishing he could help. Like, we know that he cares, but he's just carrying the wrong way. Anyway, the movies now. To the movies. The first movie we're going to talk about is High Speed. This is practically just the prequel of Haru, Makoto, the friend Ikura, and some random red hair kid, I forget his name, joining of the swim club in their school. It's a cute movie. Nothing really interesting happening. I guess we learn more about their friendship in the beginning days, and how it quite devastated them when Haru left for no apparent reason in the downfall of the friendship. How Ikura, no matter what Haru was gonna do, was gonna just like transfer school and do a different swim. Like, he was still gonna swim and hope that maybe Haru would come. And we learn more about Ikura's brother and how he was like super protective and worried about Ikura, like hoping that somehow he would achieve his dream. Overall, it's just like sort of a cute movie. I don't really have much to say about it. I have much more to say about Final Stroke, which was like a two-parter movie. Final Stroke movie was a masterpiece. I love it. Now I don't remember where part 1 and part 2 like kind of start, so it might be a mess, but I do know in part 1 we meet like the Russian dude, and he is I forget his name. He is a badass. He is stroking, passing laps, and everyone feels him. You also know this another redhead kid that Hayoi knew was child, and he is also beast, but the most beast is the Russian dude. And even Haru is starting to worry. He's like, how am I supposed to be that? And his teammates are like, oh, we can do this together. Wrong, because like Haru's and Ren's coach hate each other because they're rivals. So that brings tension. And now Haru is depressed. Like, Haru keeps going down as this low point. He is barely really happy in this entire segment of a movie. He just gets crushed after crushed. And he gets a lot of panic attacks. Like, he gets one major panic attack when Rin tells him he's not going to do free. And he is, like, probably drops on the floor. And he, like, can't breathe. And all he sees is his competition completely destroying him. Practically, like, hearing his thoughts, telling him he's worthless. It was so sad. I cried. Anyway, we, like, started this movie, like, all happy. Like, Ikura and Rin are having competition and showing each other like embarrassing photos, which they actually show the photos, because I would love to see Rin in a little maid dress. Please, why did you not show this? You had an opportunity and didn't. So yeah, it starts like all funny and cute until the competition, and then it's just like a downfall. And I do like Haru's and Rin's coach is like drama. It's so funny. I forget the coach's names, but it's so funny. Yeah, I think that's like partly part one. Like, I don't remember much of going on. Like, I still, like, I have to, like, rewatch and maybe, like, I do a bigger segment of, like, the movies. I haven't watched them in a while. I know minus stuff. Anyway, and also, in this movie, we get something weird with Makoto. Like, Makoto just somehow develops feelings for Haru. No, stay away from my... No, Makoto, no. Stay away from Haru's relationship. You do not belong here. You had so many seasons to finally discover this friendship, and you weren't part of it. Like, you were never even looked at. Like, Makoto's, like, always the third wheel. You always will be third wheel. Stay out of it. Anyway, part 2. Ren realizes he messed up, and Haru's not doing good. Like, Ren realizes, like, oh no, I need to go apologize. And also, Haru's coach is also being a jerk. And so Ren, like, badmouths him, and the coach is like, you know what, why don't you go tell Haru that? And Ren's like, fine, I will. So him and Makoto tried to fight him. Like, Makoto was not really even trying. Like, Ren is, like, running. He is bolting. He is gone, trying to find Haru, screaming at him. He finally finds him because he sees a cherry tree and there's like a hotel, so he goes to swim and finds him, and like it looks like Makoto's gonna go, and Ren's like, nope, not you. And I was like, thank the Lord. I was tired of Makoto going into this weird thing that was happening. Anyway, and jumps in the pool, and he tells Haru that he's worth something. Like, yes, he's not gonna freestyle all the time. Like, he still wants to do his stuff, but he'll freestyle for him, and he confesses to him, which we anime say that's a confession. We won. Haru and Shippers, we definitely won. It was the best. We all screamed. Because thank the Lord. And they all swim together. Like, it was a beautiful movie. And the Russian guy, he realizes, like, that his time is, like, sort of coming. Like, he sort of wants to quit, even though his coach doesn't want him to. Like, he doesn't feel it anymore. Like, he used to feel the water, but now he doesn't feel it. It's just more like a job instead of his dream. So, like, at the end of the movie, he does quit, but he does get to swim with the other people. And, like, how wins... Like, and then he passes out. He badly passes out and runs off. And everyone was like, what the hell happened? But yeah, it was kind of devastating, like, how it just completely passes out. Anyway, we get, like, to the end of the movie with, like, the crossroads where they, like, began in the movie. And, like, opening up. And we get to see Haru and, like, Rin, like, going off. And, like, fighting a new, goal for the dream. But anyway, yeah, Final Stroke was a masterpiece, and I love the entire free franchise. Even though I could care less for some of the seasons, I did quite enjoy it, even though it brought me to tears so many times and wanted me to scream at the screen. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's quite longer than my other videos. None of my videos hopefully will ever be like super long. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want more of this nonsense.